A monumental day once again for cryptocurrency. It's definitely been overdue, but we have the big news that Grayscale Spot ETF is a go. But what people aren't telling you is this might not be all guns blazing just yet. It's fantastic news on the day. We're going to break down exactly what it all means. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with everything in the cryptocurrency market. With that being said, well, let's get into this video. So Grayscale ultimately is one of the biggest investment companies out there that does have a cryptocurrency portfolio. Now they had a number of different assets, one namely being the GBTC investment portfolio that institutions could invest in, and they wanted to convert that to a spot Bitcoin ETF. And ultimately, we need to understand what the GBTC is. And this is a way that, like I said, institutions can invest in a Bitcoin trust. So they don't specifically own or buy the Bitcoin, they buy shares in GBTC. And that ultimately then allows them to trade in a more secure environment with less risk. And ultimately, this GBTC investment portfolio has been doing incredibly well for Grayscale. Like I said, the biggest investor in a Bitcoin investment fund. Now, what they did want to do, and they filed a court case to convert this GBTC investment fund into a spot Bitcoin ETF. It allows more people to get involved with it, and ultimately the potential gains are much more lucrative. Now the SEC denied this in the initial point, and the day after there was a case put to the SEC. And just to give you an idea of exactly what the holdings are, this is the Grayscale Investment Holdings and what they currently have. You can see there the total holdings of 623,000 Bitcoin, around $16.3 billion, and across a number of other cryptocurrencies that they have, from Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, Litecoin, XLM, and many more. So you can see the scale of this, and this is why this court case today is incredibly important for not only Grayscale but the wider cryptocurrency market. So ultimately, what did we get? Well, according to August 29th court filings, US Court of Appeals Circuit Judge Naomi Arak ordered Grayscale's petition for review by granted, and the SEC's order to deny the GBTC listing application be vacated. Previously, Judge Rao said the SEC did not offer an explanation as to why Grayscale was in the wrong. However, the order does not guarantee the eventual listing of a Grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF. And I think this is an important point to reference. Ultimately, this is what we all talk about in the cryptocurrency space, that Gary Gensler and the SEC think that they own everything. They are the custodians and guardians of security when it comes to digital assets. And this, exactly the same as the XRP case, does show there is an appetite from both US investors and Congress to allow digital assets, in particular blockchain technology, to really thrive in an investment environment. And like I said, we got the big news today, which was Grayscale did win that court battle. And ultimately, therefore, what does this now mean for this? Well, like I said, a federal judge overturned the United States Securities Exchange Commission decision and deny an exchange-traded fund offering from Grayscale. Ultimately, what does it now mean? Well, it goes ahead with a review from the SEC in a much more singular narrative, which is, why isn't this allowed to be converted over to ETFs? We already know BlackRock, as well as CBOE, Fidelity, and a number of others have applied for these spot Bitcoin ETFs, which once again are for the institutional investor and do offer a better opportunity for those investors to bring in new money to cryptocurrency. So this is a very big moment in the markets, and as you would expect, the markets responded very well. Time is going to tell. This ultimately will take some time to run through, but for me, it's a very big win once again for cryptocurrency and alignment to exactly what people think of digital assets. So no surprise, we got this market move. We got a big spike up on Bitcoin, breaking up to just above 28,000. We have pulled back, and again, pulled back down to 27.6. Do not be fooled. I do expect this market to push down a little bit. Remember, what is the sentiment around this market move up? Well, ultimately, it's just on the back of the news from Grayscale, and we haven't actually got those spot Bitcoin ETFs just yet. So don't be shy if this does pull back. We have this liquidity pool drawn here from a couple of weeks ago. I'd expect us to push back into that. The test will be a break to the downside, would definitely see us heading back down. A lot of people believe that this is a fake trap. This is a pump in the market for people to get caught out. So do be mindful how you trade this. And again, I would expect to get a push down. However, if we were to see BlackRock or any of the other ETFs get approved, then we could significantly see the price of Bitcoin once again move. Looking across the rest of the market, though, we see things like Solana up 6%, XTC at 12%, XRP holding pretty nicely there with a 3.54% move. So the rest of the market really really supporting this narrative. And I guess what we could say, more adoption for retail investors into cryptocurrency. So finally, what does it all mean? Well, the next step would be, like I said, the application for the SEC appealing the decision, and ultimately that they could refile with the SEC to get this Bitcoin, the GBTC, moved over to a spot Bitcoin ETF. And again, for me, that does pave the way for the rest of the ETFs and that institutional money to flow into cryptocurrency. Again, it is a big win for cryptocurrency. Once again, Gary Gensler ultimately coming up short like he did in the XRP case. And for me, that can only be a good thing. But let me know in the comments what you think of this filing, and ultimately, what do you think is going to happen with the rest of those ETFs? I, for one, well, I'm pretty bullish right now, but I am expecting a price correction. As ever, thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and drop a like if you like this type of content video. It's much more different to kind of what we usually do, but I feel like it's much more educational and gives you guys some more information. So do be sure to hit the like if you enjoy it and subscribe for more. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.